cool.
It's hot mics.
Hot mics?
Hot mics.
Hot mics.
What does that mean? Sexy mics because they're fuzzy?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Sorry.
I don't know. They're a bit dong-like and have fuzzy stuff on. Oh. You got your notebook, your Superman notebook.
Superman, that's Captain America punching Nazis. Because that's perfectly acceptable to punch Nazis.
Yes.
So
introduce yourself.
Introduce us. Good morrow. Good day.
Good day. Good
Day.
evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I am Dante.
I'm Leanne. Oh, you introduce us. You introduce us.
I just did. This is and you answered. So.
Oh, thank you.
See? Fantastic.
Should we say a little bit about ourselves?
We should.
Because this is going to be the first one.
Nobody knows who the fuck. Well, yeah. Nobody really knows who the fuck we are.
People know you.
Should they care? No.
I don't know. I'll do your intro.
You'll do my intro?
And then you can do mine.
Okay.
Okay. Dante is a photographer extraordinaire. He's well known on Instagram for his nude modeling. And for
My personal nude modeling, yes.
Yes. And for his extensive cat picture collection. Well known.
Do I take that? Oh, I want to get punched now. You did that on purpose.
He's also in construction, and he plays the bass.
I do.
We have matching V's.
Semi.
I'd say so.
Okay. Yours is black.
Mine's red.
Yours is red. See? Oh, that works. Red and black go together.
But in all seriousness, he's a very talented photographer. I would say you're pretty well known. Like, you've taken so many cool fucking pictures that...
Most people don't know that I took that picture, though, usually. But there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'd rather have people familiar with my pictures than with me.
It makes you cooler, though, because people are like, who is this? Who is this useless rebel? At least I was always, like, curious of that and the below-the-scene sort of thing.
I guess I do a good job being anonymous, huh?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It creates a lot of mystery as to who this personality is. To me. But he's a great photographer. Dante.
This is Leanne Halen.
Right on.
She is the current guitarist for Heavy Temple.
Forever guitarist.
Forever guitarist. Yes. Will be on the upcoming album whenever that happens.
We're working on it, man.
Yes. And she has been in Fever Ray. She works at Guitar Center sometimes.
4 days a month. That doesn't count. Oh my god. It's true.
So I guess you can't hit her up for a discount. But
you can.
And you work at a print shop. You have your own print shop.
Correct.
And you work at a print shop.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to print silly things.
Mm-hmm.
And have silly things printed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've got a lot of ideas up my sleeve.
And you have for your own print shop, you have a slave named Steve.
Yes, he's my screen printing slave. He wears bondage gear. And I, like, hit him with the thing.
Smack him down?
Smack him with the, what is that? A whip. Yeah.
A whip.
And, unfortunately, I'm not joking. Continue.
You're not joking?
Well,
Continue?
no, it's something that we've been planning on doing. We haven't done it yet.
Whipping each other?
I mean, there
I
was
didn't
an
know you had to
incident
plan
involving
that.
nipples and a wrench. That's all I'm going to say. Because
We
somebody
promised
wasn't...
we weren't going to talk about nipples this time.
Oh, yeah. Alright, nipples was on the X list of words that we can say.
We can say, yeah, no.
We can say it, but we can't talk about the topic of nipples.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, whatever. But I've already broken the one rule we set for ourselves, which is not to talk about nipples.
It wasn't even that stringent of a rule, so
no,
we're doing okay.
We're doing okay. But it's the end of December, which means two things. One, that January is closer, so that means the tour with Heavy Temple, Backwoods Payback, and Royal Thunder is about to embark. In January, we're bringing Dante. for moral support.
Yeah,
We're
nobody knows
selling
exactly
merch.
what I'm going to do on the tour. But
No, I don't even know myself, but I feel more comfortable knowing that you'll be there for tough guy stuff. You know, if somebody's giving people issues, you'll be the tough guy.
Sure. No, I don't have a problem being the tough guy.
And the second thing... Oh, sorry. I cut you off.
No, you didn't.
The second thing I wanted to say is that means 2017 is over. This has been a very good year for me.
It's been a good year. I think it's been a good year. I mean, did a lot of shit this year.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous amount of shit. Went to multiple festivals all over the world.
And which was your favorite?
Which was my favorite festival? Or what was my favorite...
Favorite festival? What was your...
Favorite festival? Roadburn. Roadburn takes the cake. Like, Roadburn was just absolutely awesome. Like,
Who played?
Oh my... Who played?
Yeah.
Who didn't play? But, I mean,
I've never heard of it.
Roadburn? It happens in Tilburg, Netherlands. It's more of a...
In the Netherlands?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah. Flew out to Amsterdam from Philly. No, from Newark, because fucking why fly out of Philly? It's expensive.
Sure.
And, yeah, I went over for Baroness. And that was... I helped do a bunch of photo and video stuff for them for that, because John Baisley was curating a couple of the days for Roadburn for the stage, like stages for 2 of the days, and so I primarily had to focus on what John was working on and curating for for the festival, and didn't necessarily get to 100% pick my own game plan, but there was some great fucking shit. I'm gonna have a brain fart unless I have a list of everybody that played, because I don't remember everything and everyone that played, because I mean you have about 6 stages and there's definitely heavy overlap. It's not a big, I mean, everybody, but it has everything from the massive theater that can fit like 4,000 plus to the small stage in a bar going at the same time. Like, so you'll get whatever experience you want out of the festival, really.
Sure.
Like,
now, is this just a music festival, or is it also art based?
Art based as well. There was an art show going along. That was another thing I had to take priority on for doing.
Was
covering
your
the art
artwork
show.
featured?
My artwork was not featured. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it being featured this year. I'm trying to go again, but I won't have the same opportunity to be going with, a band like Baroness and covering everything. Because I did, I helped do all the photo and video stuff I did for it. Ended up on Revolver for before the recent relaunch of the magazine.
Shit, man, I didn't know that.
So that was a lot of fun. I got a lot of compliments on the photos I did there at Roadburn. I definitely went there with the intention of doing the best of my abilities and trying to make it so that I could I want to take some kick-ass pictures. Yeah. And I think I definitely raised the bar for myself, and I think I met that where I wanted to be. So, and every time I do anything, I always think I can do better, and so I try. But I think Roadburn was definitely my favorite festival of the year. But my favorite performance total at a festival was the Julie Christmas.
Fuck! I knew you were gonna say that. God damn it!
Cult of Luna performance, which I get to see again at Roadburn this year. But it was that was awesome. That was such a great performance by them.
I'm salty, and it's nobody's fucking fault but mine.
I know. You had I told you to go. I told you to go see it, and you didn't realize who Julie Christmas was until after the performance happened.
I know. I was more interested in drinking beer in my bed. But then, afterwards, I was like, who is this person everybody's fucking talking about? And so I, Googled it, and then I saw Made Out of Babies, which I fucking love, and I was like, oh, it's that chick? Fuck. And then Elise was like, yeah, you missed out, it was really good. I was like, you didn't know who that was. You just, went. I don't know, but
But that was definitely the thing about Roadburn, was the production value of everything. Everything sounded so great. I think maybe one of my favorite sets of Roadburn was probably the acoustic Sabrosa set. That was really cool.
Oh, cool.
So that was the Subrosa Subdued. That was all fun being in the front, and I got the stage dive for Discord.
I don't know how you can think anything is cooler.
Did I say the
than
right main band? I think I probably fucked up their name, but
your King Diamond pictures. Come on, man.
From Psycho?
Yeah.
Yeah, those turned out pretty good.
Those are fucking amazing.
Well, that was just because the last time I photographed King Diamond, I was disappointed in myself for what I'd gotten, and probably by anybody else looked at them, they'd be like, "These are awesome," and I got a lot of compliments for them, but I wasn't happy with them, so I had to step up my game again. Like, I had to, like, for me, it was like, I need to, because, I mean, this is, maybe, I'll talk, I was in the running for the Decibel cover. I was one of the 3 finalists for last year. They were doing all-time albums, I think, and it was a tribute, and King Diamond ended up being on the cover, and it was one of the, and I'd lost out to one of his older pictures that somebody had taken. I'm not sure, familiar who.
Like how old?
Probably got at least early 90s, like much older photo.
Oh,
like
well,
more of a photo that people have seen before.
Were they trying to pick a picture that's more flattering than maybe how he looks now?
I think it was just based off of what the editor preferred and his preference, like, and what he really wanted to go for, and I didn't have anything that nailed that, and I think that was a driving force in covering King Diamond at Psycho, because it was like, I wanted to nail all those aspects, and I was like, if this opportunity comes up again, I'm not going to be the one who gets passed up. I'm going to be the one who's going to be, like, I'm not going to be in the final 3, I'm going to be the final 1. Like, yeah. So that was a driver for me, like one of the drivers for me for something like that.
Dude, I mean, your pictures are fucking awesome all the time, but I was really impressed by the King Diamond ones. Good job, man. It's really cool. It's really fucking cool. Did you teach yourself to take photos? I might have asked you this before.
I guess primarily I'd say, as far as like digital photography goes and digital editing, I'm self-taught. I mean, I originally learned photo editing in Photoshop 2, but the way you did it was you still took your picture on film, you developed it, you maybe printed out the picture, and then you would put it in you'd scan in the whole entire printed picture in the Photoshop, and then make improvements from there. But usually it wasn't with the intention of improving the photo, it was the intention of graphic design work, like having the photo like digitized for graphic design work and things like that, and having it for a layer and things along those lines, versus digital photography now, where it's all I was taught in the darker back in. I went to Moore, like, it's an all-girls school, but I took summer classes at Moore College of Art and Design.
Yeah.
When they have co-ed classes available, so I did, and that was all film and darkroom. I still have. Oh, off camera. Oh, that's not the right one. One of my first ever cameras.
Oh shit.
Nikon FM. Yep.
Okay. I don't know anything about photography,
that's
so
fine.
you're gonna have to educate me on why.
What?
This is
this was just one of my first cameras. As far as it's a little dusty. I don't use it as much as I should.
It's one of my first cameras.
Yeah, it's very dusty actually. It used to be up somewhere, I think, on a shelf. So, but it's just all fully manual. There's nothing, no automatic controls on it. Everything you set your film speed, set your shutter speed, wind your film, take the picture.
Yeah.
It's pretty cut and dry. And
now, what year or about what time frame was something like this like prevalent?
This?
Yeah.
I got this in 95.
I was 4.
I was in high school. Yeah. So, yeah. That was when I got that. It was in 96, 95, I think.
Cool.
I love that. This camera. Just go there for now. But that was when I started, and I took a lot of pictures and of music and stuff when I was I moved to Finland for my last 2 years of high school, and I went there, and it was just like I wanted to take pictures of everything because it's unlike.
Well, you're in fucking Finland, dude. There's so much I don't know about you.
But yeah, you're in Finland, so but it's like the surroundings are all different. Everything's it's not like the city you grew up in where it's like, yeah, I can go out. Like you have a tourist that comes, they find things to take pictures of. You live there, you don't pay attention to it. You just keep on walking. Like,
was it cold in Finland?
Yeah, it was cold in Finland. Like I took a couple trips up above the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would be cold enough that like your tears would freeze on you. You take a beer outside, it'd probably be frozen within like 5 minutes or so.
Perfect.
Like yeah, it was cold. Got to see the Northern Lights.
And you go in the sauna and then jump in the snow.
You go in the sauna and then jump in the snow. I was really into a lot of like punk rock at the time and went there because I loved and still love fucking Finnish punk rock. Like it's like the explanation always has been and always will be you have Norwegian and Swedish black metal and then you have Finnish punk rock. Like
yeah.
So because it was like I was really big into like Chaos and Tampere SS and Unkind and Absurd Attitude and all these bands that most people don't know of, but it's okay. I love that shit. Like, and then fucking At the Gates. I got to see the fucking At the Gates reunion show in Sweden in 2000.
Cool.
That was that was like probably the first one. That was pretty fantastic.
So you're just there to study, or what? Was that the reason for being there?
I got to go for school in my last 2 years of high school. If anything, it was like the underlying motivation was a way to get out of the house that wasn't running away.
Understood. I know the feeling.
Which still ended up happening when I came back anyway. But yeah, but I was better prepared. I was 2 years older. Instead of being 16 and running away, I was 18 and running away.
Oh, stop fighting.
Oh, the cats are fine. They're vocal.
Okay.
And that one wants to pick on the other one. And I started taking pictures at shows again probably about 7 years ago because...
That's a big time gap.
It is a big time gap, but there was a big chunk of time that I was homeless, living on the street, hopping freight trains, and photography, especially when you're doing film, is expensive. I didn't have any money to upgrade to a digital camera. I still had that, but yeah,
I bet you have a lot of stories though.
There's definitely a big time. I don't remember much of it. I did a lot of drugs.
Okay. I think that's very cool about you, but I have to say that I'm glad that you're in Philly now.
Well, one of the reasons I moved back was a way to disassociate myself from bad habits. It's a lot of people do it all the time. Move to a completely different place and to get away from stuff that's becoming habitual.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not such a bad thing sometimes.
But I started going to shows because and taking pictures because I also had a bad habit of going to shows and drinking.
Getting fucked up?
Yeah, and drinking way too much. And like to be able to that was the next step in cleaning, in like being able to like keeping the things that I love, like music, in my life and not have it be something that was a hindrance and made me be unreliable because I went out and drank too much and called out from work the next day or things along
I understand. Yeah.
Like so it was that was really the driving force for it. Was like it was a way to go and be able to enjoy music and not have any stigma of having to have to party attached to it. Like and it helped me learn a lot of moderation. Like,
it's hard, man, going to shows and your friends are there, and I just get so excited that you kind of forget how much you've been putting down until, it's like, oh shit, man.
Moderation is harder than abstinence and way more difficult than overindulging.
You think it's harder than abstinence? 'Cause
moderation is 10 times harder than forgoing it completely. To be able to just have a little bit and be okay with it and be perfectly okay with it is way more showing way more self-control
than just cutting loose or not doing it all.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Like, maybe not everybody's going to agree with me on that, but I think moderation is a lot more of a struggle than indulgence or abstinence. So,
well, that's because there's no like defining line of what's moderate. You know, it's either all or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have to decide what's, you know, I could have 2 and then be like, oh, one more is cool, and then be like, oh, one more is cool, one more is cool. So I don't think I'd be able to. Okay, I'm not trying to like out myself as like an alcoholic, but like I agree with you that it might be.
Yeah,
harder.
My current standard is just basically probably 2 doubles of whiskey. If I'm out, that's fine for me.
Unless it's Friday night in Vegas.
There are I'm
you
not
have
afraid.
A designated party night, man.
I'm
It's
not afraid to
okay.
let go if I need to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting go sometimes.
The only issue I had with that was that you went out and I didn't get to hang out with drunk Dante. You left the room completely sober. You came back ready to pass out.
That's psycho Las Vegas though. Like, I go, I work, and I don't get to even start like partying on my own until after midnight. It's sometimes after 1, 2 in the morning.
What happened?
Like, and that doesn't leave much time. I mean, it's Vegas, so you don't know what time it is trapped in that freaking room because
That's absolutely
oxygen pumped in, and it doesn't matter. I can go to bed at 6 in the morning and I don't know the difference.
I wish they pumped more air conditioning in there.
Yeah, the air conditioning was broken in our room. We know this. Like, and it sucks. Everybody else's room was fine. Ours was.
I don't know.
No wonder
man.
I was able to get that room.
I slept like the first night for the first couple hours on the floor in front of the air conditioning, and I woke up and like, fuck this.
It was still hot.
Yeah, I was fucking cold in front
Oh.
of it, but as soon as I decided I'm going to sleep on the other side of the room, that it didn't feel cold anymore. It was very hot.
Yeah, it did not have much oomph to it.
So anyway, it's the end of 2017.
It is.
What albums were released this year that you would say are amongst your favorites?
I'd definitely put Joey Christmas, Cult of Luna. It's up there. She closed the
What was
screen
released in
that I had my notes
2017
of.
by then?
Zeal and Ardor. Fuck yes.
What album was released by Cult of Luna in 2017? Because I looked it up. There was none.
Or maybe it came out last year then.
Because I have some honorable mentions that I'm going to put in, but they were in 2016. They're not 2017.
Yeah, it's a light year.
This fucking sucks.
Yeah, it is definitely a light year. The new Solstifer was really good this year.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Solstifer. They're from Iceland. They don't sing in English. I know you're like, oh my god, vocals. But
Me?
Yeah.
Why? Oh. I don't like instrumental music. I am very open about that.
Okay, what about let's use the example of you've isolated vocals of Metallica and you just have James Hetfield isolated vocals. Can you just jam out to him isolated
No.
vocals? But can you jam out to Metallica Blackened without any vocals?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a
See?
hypocrite because, like, Heavy Temple just wrote this awesome song that doesn't have any vocals. But there's gonna be vocals, and I told them...
I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to I don't know. The vocals are usually an afterthought for me.
Dude, it's okay to be a
Listening to
band
something.
that has 1 or 2, like, instrumental tracks. That will keep your album interesting to me. I'll listen to it, I'll appreciate it, but I don't listen to, like, straight up, like, fucking instrumental bands. Pelican, fuck no. Was not into that at all.
Carmina Burn's awesome. They're just instrumental.
I just...
You're not familiar with them?
No. I mean, yes, that's true. But the thing is, I just get so bored. Like, I get bored with bands that sing. Like, even... I don't know.
I like instrumental because I can nod my head, bang my head, or whatever while working and not necessarily have to invest myself as much to it. And it's more background, but I can still get into it.
Yeah.
I can still be in it, like, into the vibe,
Mm-hmm.
but not have to be, like, absolutely focusing on everything.
So
when I listen to music, I like to be like right there with it though. Like, it's just a thing. Like, even when I'm working, I'll turn on documentaries as background shit, so I can follow along with the story as I'm like doing whatever the fuck I'm doing.
For music is on probably 90% of my day. Like, it's on in the background or something. Like, music is on. Like, right now is like I'm heavy in dominating what's on music because I'm not a fan of Christmas music really. So I need to. Who
the fuck is? Who is like, wow, I love Christmas music?
There are songs that I don't mind, but
like what?
Fairy Tale in New York.
Never heard of it. You're making it up.
No, I'm not. It's actually
You're just making up Christmas music.
I'm not. And if when we go on break, I'll make you listen to it, and then we can come back and you can hear talk about it. How's that? But Lemmy's done a bunch of Christmas songs that are actually not that bad.
Next album.
Jeu Noir.
Okay.
You're not familiar at all?
No, I'm sheltered, man.
Jeu Noir, they are a French band, and basically it's a mix of like dick
music?
No.
It's a mixture of dick and balls and nipples.
If Dick Dale needed to make a soundtrack to a Vincent Price movie.
That means nothing to me.
You don't know who Dick Dale is?
No.
Oh, well, he made, like, surf rock. You know what surf rock is, at least?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not necessarily the greatest. But think about, like, if surf rock scored to a black and white horror movie. And they got like a theremin going, and it's, like, spooky and moody, but it's still, like, the single chords and, like...
Yeah.
Think like that is where it is, and it's you know, there is vocals.
Okay, all right, then I'll give it a shot. Are you on Spotify?
I use it.
Like, use Spotify?
I use it.
Do you have Spotify Premium?
No, I'm a little bitch.
We should get a family plan. See, but here's the thing: you can make playlists, and I can be like, Dante, listen to this.
That's great. We can do that, but I'm still dead set on the fact that there's a good chance that I might be able to have a hookup to a free premium Spotify account. I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want to ruin it. So,
dude, you're talking about like $5 a month savings. Like, if you want free, I will buy you Spotify.
But it's just it's just a point of pride that I can be like, yeah, dude from Spotify hooks me up with free Spotify.
However you need to get it. Can you get it so we can all share?
I'm gonna try. I'm working on it.
Okay, if it doesn't work out, I will buy you Spotify. Because
I own actual albums. Like I purchase actual.
I know.
Physical media.
I do too, but I like to share shit with my friends who I don't get to see.
Yeah, I can't
all the
share.
time.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just an idea, man. It's just an idea.
It's not a bad idea. And
it's mediocre idea.
Slowmatics. Is that this year though? Is the Slowmatics this year? I don't remember if that came out. If it didn't come out this year, I've been listening to it a lot this year because it is really fucking good. Are you not? Did we watch them from the hotel balcony? Didn't we? Didn't you?
I think so.
Because they're fucking good. No, it came out February 2016.
Yeah.
I'm so not.
A lot of the shit that like the newer stuff I like was 2016.
But we're at the end of part 1.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show.
Yes. We are back.
One cigarette later.
Brought to you this commercial break by Jameson.
And Miller High Life, my favorite beer.
The champagne of beers.
Yeah. It's really good. Doesn't cost a lot of money. The two things I like.
So, in the previous segment, we talked a lot about me. So now we're going to talk about you.
Sure. Absolutely.
What were some of your favorite
concerts that you either got to participate in or got to see this year?
I absolutely played a lot more shows than I got to see. But some of them were on bills with, like, some of my favorite fucking bands. I really, really, really love Toke. They're kind of our arch nemesises, you know, 3-piece, stoner metal band.
Having to play a lot of the same time in different parts of the same neighborhoods.
Yeah. Toke is fucking awesome. I also fucking love Narcos. Between both of those bands, I've never been to a show. You know, there's been a couple of each this year that they were bad. They were fucking awesome. Narcos absolutely is one of the most energetic bands
For
that
people
are
outside
around.
of Philly that don't know who Narcos is.
Okay, so Narcos is, from my understanding, they've been around for 2 or 3 years, but I've only gotten to know their music and them within, you know, maybe the last couple months. But the bass player / singer / founder of Heavy Temple, which is the band that I'm in, plays keyboards and sings in that band. And it's just, it's a rock and roll band. More than it's punk, more than it's like anything. It's just like straight up rock and roll. And it's like a clusterfuck because they have like 6 people in the band now. They've added a saxophone player. Yeah. Their singer Brennan is really fucking wild. And he
Smells peachy.
He has a scent sometimes that is strong. But I still like him. And CK, the guitar player, I've gotten to know too, and has asked me to jump in a couple times, but I have such a hard time committing to...
Chris has been in a bunch of bands too.
Yeah.
Population Zero, right? Was he in Population Zero?
You know, I can't
say.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of all the bands that Chris has been in. He's been in a number of bands. I
a
could be wrong
bunch.
about Population Zero.
He showed me one where he wore a ski mask.
Evan. Yeah?
I don't know what that was called.
I remember that.
But I like his band now. Narcos is fucking rad. We played with them this weekend in Maryland. That was fucking awesome. But the best shows, oh my god, I lost my shit at King Diamond at Psycho Las Vegas. It was cool because King Diamond played like almost directly after us on the bigger stage, of course. That's totally cool, but I've never seen King Diamond live. And I also, a couple years ago, played in this band called Metallica, which of course you're familiar with because you've photographed us quite excellently. But the sister band of that was Queen Diamond. So it's all chick King Diamond tribute. I played bass in that. I actually played a couple Queen Diamond shows before I was involved with Metallica.
Did you play any Queen Diamond shows in anywhere other than Philly or no?
There was one outside of... No, I was in Metallica in that. No.
No.
Not that I played... Queen Diamond did play in Philly. Mm-hmm. From my understanding, relatively often. You know, we're from Philly. So, that was a lot of fun, but I fucking love King Diamond and was so stoked to... I just lost my shit. That was, like, one of, like, the best nights I've ever fucking had, to be honest. You know, playing in fucking, Vegas is one thing, but then the Royal Thunder thing goddamn happened, and then, King Diamond right after. I had such a good fucking night, man. It was awesome.
Royal Thunder was the night before.
Royal Thunder was the night before, but the day that I played
they were definitely
was when I got to meet.
They were definitely one of the standout performances from Psycho, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, they were awesome.
Yeah.
They were fucking awesome. So I can't wait to.
Yeah, I think for me, the standout performances at Psycho were Julie Christmas, Cult of Luna, Slowmatics, Royal Thunder, Heavy Temple.
Even though I wasn't there for the Julie Christmas set, everybody was like, holy fucking shit. And I don't want to get into it. I missed out. But,
I may throw a photo or two that I took from that set up in this, in the
You should.
In the episode, because we've talked about it. So, yeah. Julie actually uses the one picture I took as her profile picture now.
I know. I sent you that. I was like, Dante, look. You're like, oh, cool.
Well, I tagged her in it, so I was hoping something like that. Because I rarely do that. I rarely tag people into pictures, but that one. That picture was cool enough that it deserved.
It's a great fucking picture, and she thought so too.
Obviously.
So I don't know. I miss Made Out of Babies. I mean,
we don't know what's gonna happen, what she's gonna do, because the Roadburn show this year is the last show with Colta Luna, and she's gonna go back to doing solo stuff afterwards, or I don't know, solo or whatever project she has otherwise. So the Colta Luna thing is a limited time, temporary thing, and that's about to end this May or April. So
well, I'm disappointed to hear that, but it makes sense because there's never been a project that she's been involved in that I didn't think was fucking sick now that I've done my goddamn fucking research.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as favorite albums of 2017 go, you know, I like hard rock and I like metal, but I like a lot of different kinds of shit. You know, so this year I really enjoyed Brand New's latest album. I don't know if you fuck with Brand New. It's called Science Fiction. It's really good and isn't disappointing to people that liked the band prior to that. I really like pop punk.
I don't know them very well at all, so...
Recently this year I've seen a lot of, like, shit on the internet, like, involving, like, shitty things that they've done.
I don't pay attention to shit on the internet, unless, you know...
Well,
but
neither do I.
If the shitty things they've done involve, you know, other... shitty things.
I don't know, they talk about a lot of shitty things in their music that they've fucking done, you know? So I'm not... Anyway, it doesn't matter. I really like that fucking album. And I got turned on to this band called Therese. It's kind of, I think they're based out of New York. It's primarily like this one chick, like, in her band, but it's alternative rock. She started out folky, but now it's like electronic-ish sort of shit.
I take that.
But it's really good. It's really good singer-songwriter kind of vibe.
I'm still go back.
Why are you laughing?
No, I'm thinking to myself, like, there's so many releases that I thought came out this year that came out last year.
Well,
that I slept on last year that apparently, because I didn't know they came out last year. So, yeah.
I mean, if we can mention 2016 albums...
We definitely can.
I really, really like Shapeshift With Me by Against Me. Against Me is one of my favorite fucking bands.
I love Against Me.
Did you listen to the latest album?
I have definitely listened. I have every Against Me album. The first time I got to see Against Me was in a South Philly basement with...
I'm so jealous.
Tom, at the time, before...
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it must have been super fucking early.
Oh, it was Tom on acoustic guitar and a dude with a bucket. That was it.
That's so cool, man.
Dude with a... This was, I think it was after the 3 cassettes, but it was the first... It was the tour for, like, the first 7-inch that came out on AF Records. And
it was the acoustic one, so it was right before Reinventing Axl Rose, right?
No, this one was Crimes.
Yeah, that was right before it then.
Yeah, right before, which was the first one, right? Reinventing Axl Rose, yeah.
I watched...
I have that original pressing of that.
Once again, learning all these...
But no, yeah, they were... I mean... The first time I heard the cassette demo that came out before the 7-inch that had those songs on it with "Baby I'm an Anarchist" and everything, like that it hooked me. Like I was set.
Yeah.
They blew up so fast. Like the next time I saw them was a couple years later at the church, and it was so sold out, like ridiculously, obnoxiously sold out. Like, and then from there, they didn't play the church again for a number of years, and it was for nostalgia purposes, not for because they at that point they then went on to play much bigger venues than a sweaty basement church that fits like 700 people.
I saw them at Union Transfer a couple months ago. That was fucking amazing. I've seen them 3 or 4 times, and oh my god, she's so good.
Laura kills it. Yeah,
she's so the entire band is. The drummer that they have now, Adam Willard, who I can't speak intelligently about. He's fucking awesome, so the bass player, very cute dude. I painted a painting of him, put it on Instagram, and then he shared it. I don't think I've ever showed that to you.
No.
But I also paint.
I know, I saw
For
that
fun.
sweet picture of the dog you did on the
Oh
mug.
yeah, well you didn't respond to it.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, that's a problem I have with text messaging.
It's
I think
okay.
I do, and then I don't.
Well, he shared it, and that was fucking awesome. I love Against Me. Oh yeah. So another album I like that happened to be released in 2016 was D'Antwoord's latest one, Mount Ninja and the Nighttime Kid. I am the biggest D'Antwoord fan.
That's great.
The biggest.
I've been trying to cover them, to be able to cover them for so long now, and
What do you mean cover them?
photograph them, like to
Oh,
be able to shoot
shit.
them, like, and their publicist never responds to any
No,
of my
they're
inquiries.
super.
But I mean, I'm going back like 5-6 years now. Like, I've been trying, like, before they were where they are now.
They are
And-
amazing
And I
live.
still was not able to get in.
I've seen them
because
twice this year. They're so good. I have really
I didn't
good
say I didn't
videos
see them
of
live.
images, but
I just said I've been really trying
well, go
to
see them
get
live.
in.
Go see them live.
I have seen them live.
Well, go see them with me. Because typically I have to be like, anybody, somebody, please come. I don't have that many friends that appreciate them as much as I do.
I love music, so yeah, I'm down with that. I'll go see them with you
Thank you.
because they play. They're probably bigger than the Electric Factory now. They're probably gonna be at the.
I
Fillmore
saw him
next.
I saw him at the Electric Factory, but the issue was that it was supposed to be an outside show. Last minute, it got moved indoors, so it was overcrowded. And one thing that I experienced there was that
Yeah.
D'Antwoord fans are fucking nasty. They're not fucking cool. You know, people were just, like, mad at each other the entire time, and I was like, fuck this. But, I mean, they were so good. The first time I saw them was in New York. I went all the way to New York to see them because my brother had to get married the same day that they were in Philly. This was last year. And I was right up fucking front, and I got the set list. They're so good. They're so good. But the latest album by them, I mean, their older shit is goddamn better, but there's like nothing that they'll do that I'll be like, it's dumb. I like it. I like it a lot. Dude, there is no other fucking band like D'Antwoord. You know, like you can't separate the two of them from their music. You can't like listen to a D'Antwoord song and see anybody but the fucking two of them. They're absolutely anomalies, and like I'm into that. Like I like music being associated with art and stuff like that. I love them. I paint them all the time.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
That's
fine. It's
Yep.
fine. Thank you.
You familiar with a band Days and Days?
No.
I think they're out of Texas, and everything about them I want to hate. I want to hate everything about them. They're a bunch of fucking they like as far as the persona. I don't know them. I don't know.
What genre music?
They're, I guess, folk punk, but more so punk. But I mean, it's they present an image of being a bunch of fucking oogles that you'd see on the street with the fucking all dirty with a dog just to help them get more change out of you, like
Yeah.
just so they can buy a bunch of prescription drugs and get all fucked up and then do it again the next day. Like, but I love it. Like,
Do you like Mischief Brew?
yes and no. Sometimes, I guess.
I guess I kind of agree with
I've
that.
never
Like most
really,
of the stuff they do.
never really. I know they're a local Philly band, but I don't know.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Ask me another question, Dante.
Ask you another question. Okay.
Or I'll ask you another question.
We can do that, but how about, let's go with, what was the point that you realized that you actually were comfortable playing guitar on stage?
Okay. You know, and so I went home and like worked really hard, but the first couple of Metallica shows, I was like a deer in headlights, just fucking like, ugh, and like they were all fucking amazing. All three of them were awesome fucking musicians, and I was sort of like, I'm cool too. You know, let me, like, I don't know. But it didn't take, like, maybe 6 months into Metallica before I realized I have long hair. And all I have to do if I'm fucking nervous is just, like, headbang and not look at anybody and focus on, like, my fucking self. It took a while. It took time. It took practice. And it also took, like, trying to be confident, I guess, in myself. And so now I'm a big fan of just fake it till you make it. If you fucking suck, just make it look like you're having fun and people aren't gonna fucking notice anything.
Fake it.
Sorry.
I'm a strong believer in fake it till you make it. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too.
Not afraid to fake it until I make it. I fake it a lot. So.
You can't fake it, Dante. Your pictures speak for themselves.
That is definitely still faking it. Not gonna lie. Some. I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but there are some times that I feel like I'm on autopilot.
Yeah. It's weird being confident in what you do. It just, like, hits a certain point that maybe you just, like, stop caring. I'm not really afraid to be, like, to, like, make a fool out of myself on stage anymore. I'm just, like, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna try to have fun, and I hope people like it. Because if they feel you're having fun, they're gonna have fun. I like to think so that I don't get fucked up. Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hell yeah. Were there any disappointing releases that came out this year? That you were like, oh, I'm so fucking looking forward to this, and you're like...
You're not gonna want to hear it, but...
Was it the Antwoord?
No.
Heavy Temple?
No. No, it was the Royal Thunder release.
No. Hang on.
I want to like it so much.
All
like,
right.
I really do. I've tried to listen to it 30, 40, 50 times, and it has not been as impactful on me as the previous releases have been. I feel like the songs are a little bit too short, but at the same time, I've talked to industry people, former people that work at Relapse, and I'm like, what fuckers? Why couldn't they release an album that I had songs of that length working for us? For as far as like a record studio release aspect of how to write songs and the best way to make releases, they nailed it.
I mean,
in time length, but
because you feel like it's too...
I just didn't connect with it the same way as I have with previous albums.
I mean, it's definitely different than the other ones.
I want to like it. I really do. I really want to like it.
I
want
it
to be my favorite. I want it to. And I don't... as many times as I listen to it, I just... It's not as strong as the other release. It's great. It's an awesome release, but I don't think it's as strong as the previous albums.
Okay. I mean, I really, really like
the
first album.
That was my biggest disappointment because I had such high expectations personally.
I really liked it though.
That's great.
I'm kind of it's cool, but I want to understand more why you don't like it. Maybe it's because your friends.
Did that even come out this year though? Did that even come out this year? Okay, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm confused because part of my problem with having issues with what year things come out is I get them months and months before they come out.
It's so popular, Dante.
No, that's...
No, I know. I understand what you're saying.
That's part of being within the music review community. The publicist will send out music beforehand. So that you can get a time to familiarize yourself, write reviews, so that you are already on your way and established with it before the release, so you can release reviews and everything on the album the day of release, before the release, things like that to help press and PR. So that's just the tactic of that aspect of it. So it confuses me sometimes. Solstifer, I've had it for forever, and I can't stop listening to it. Are you familiar? You're not familiar with them at all.
That's why you need Spotify.
Are they on? See, I wouldn't know if they're on Spotify. They probably are.
But
hold on, I'm not done talking about.
What about you for disappointments for this year?
Hold on, I'm not done talking about the Royal Thunder thing. So, like, I understand that, like, the first couple of albums are, like, a lot fucking different, but...
I wouldn't say they're that different.
I think that they're different. Like, they're definitely a little bit, like, more doomier, and this one feels pretty produced. You know what I'm saying? But I like a lot of the fucking songs.
I know Joey fucking killed it on the recording. Joey was the one who recorded it, mastered it. Joey Tones out of Atlanta.
I'm really a fan of just like low-key recordings, though.
You know, you don't know how great it was. I don't know if the tour we're going out with, Joey's going to be out on tour with them, but he's the one who mixed the album. But he's also their tour sound guy, so he nails the sound for the album, like live, and that. Like, the new album live is completely different for me aspect. I love it live. I love it when they play the new songs live. They're fucking awesome. But it's just...
Understood.
It just didn't hit me. It just didn't stay with me as much as I wanted it to. If that aspect of that makes sense.
I can understand. I have a couple favorites on that album that, like, I can't say that I don't fucking love. But as far as like disappointments for 2017 go, man, I don't fucking know. I have to fucking think about it. And I have to think about it.
Okay. But yes, the disappointing releases this year.
I don't know what was the I'm just trying it. I've never had Jameson.
You seriously?
No, I drank it like an hour ago from your glass. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say because with bands that I really like... Hold on. Dante, I need to stew on that because I can't answer that right now.
That's
I
fine.
don't really know. You know, another album I did really like is I really like Julian Baker, who is this singer-songwriter chick. She's, you know, a little younger than me, maybe 20 or 23, but I stumbled upon her on these Tiny Desk concerts. And, it's just, like, some fucking chick that just plays electric guitar by herself and sings. And it's a little homo, but it's, like, really good. I like it. It's kind of pop-punky.
I'm trying to think of the British hip-hop artists we went to go see this year.
Was it a girl or boy?
Girl.
What'd she look like?
I have the album downstairs.
British hip hop.
But it was a hip hop concept album. So it was a story from start to finish.
Did she play an instrument?
No.
Okay.
It was I'm gonna brain fart and come back to it because it'll hit me eventually. It's just not right now, kind of thing. So.
Someone who's come into my radar this year is, I think, if I'm saying this correctly, is Tash Sultana. It's this... I can't talk about these things intelligently, like I'm fucking reporting on her. But it's this fucking cool-ass fucking chick that fucking, like, is by herself. She uses, like, loop stations.
I love that.
And has, like, beats that she'll fucking program, loop it, and then, like, play guitar, and then she'll start singing. And it's, like, fucking rad as shit. She's a complete... fucking badass. And I watched this interview with her where she was like, yeah, so I fucking like was like tripping on shrooms and I never came out of like the fucking trip, and that's why I'm good at music. And I was like, cool, that makes sense to me. It's not some fucking like bullshit fucking like you know, I love you know. Sorry, you should check it out. I'll send you a link.
Did shrooms last weekend.
Did you? Did you come out of it?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
I've never had a problem not. I mean, shrooms are easy.
Not for me.
Acid is hard. Shrooms are easy.
Man, I don't know. I'm not so good with that kind of stuff.
Have you done acid before?
No.
No? That's fine.
No.
That's
Shrooms
fine.
a bunch of times. Yeah.
But
a bunch of times.
Yeah, shrooms are easy for me. Like, I like shrooms. Relaxing, meditative, like, just kind of
Yeah.
hyper focused. Like, I do it. Acid is a fucking hyper focused, but at the same time being smashed with a sledgehammer. Like,
Man, I can't even handle fucking being stoned. Like, I don't know.
I like introspective things that make you have to deal with yourself. If that makes sense at all.
No, it makes a lot of sense. That's why I avoid it.
That makes sense too. A lot of people don't want to avoid themselves from everything and anything.
Yeah. How long have you been playing bass?
I have not played in 17 years.
Is this something you're trying to like jump back into?
Yeah. I did it all through junior high and high school. Never had a band or anything, but played, practiced, had music teachers.
I find it really surprising that you don't play.
And I remember everything I was ever taught. I remember most of the notes. Like, I can read music because I've always played music. I played viola from elementary school on. Like, drums in the viola and drums in the orchestra. So I can read. I was taught to read music. Like, I can actually physically read music. I was always discouraged because writing music and creating my own music was never something that ever came to me naturally, and still isn't something that necessarily comes to me naturally. So it's a little discouraging it's like, oh, I can play this, I can play that, I can play this. It's like I can look at that, I can read that and play it. But when it comes to the aspect of processing, creating my own, I don't have that.
Well, what
I
if
don't
you joined
necessarily.
a band?
Well, that's joining a band. Even joining a band, it'd probably still be okay. Play this. Like, whoever's writing the music.
You don't want to do that?
Well, no, I'm that's fine with me. Like, I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, okay, play. I've never played a live show. I've never.
Really?
I mean, I don't want to say never because I definitely have, but I was so inebriated, so that doesn't count. So.
But is it something you want to do? Hey, man, from what I gather from you, I think you should do it.
I like music. I like playing it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not... It's not... I have so much other shit that I'm doing and going on that it's just unfortunately not a priority. And if I joined a band, I'd feel like I'd feel like I'd be the disappointment because it would always be on the back burner for me because I have other priorities. Like, established. I'm gonna go. I need to take these pictures. I need to do that. I'm being hired to do this. I'm being hired to do that. Like, I have a lot of other I basically work 2 full-time jobs, and I make the time to do what I make the time to make that work. Like, I'm going to be able to have the opportunity within the year of only having photography and everything else that I'm doing be my commitment. And things will change then. Like, but for right now, that I don't have the time to commit to a band. Like, I just don't. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you what night I could have the practice. I can go on tour. That's easy. But at practice weekly, that's a whole different story.
It's a commitment. Yeah. No, I get it. If I was a photographer, on your level, and that was like what you're doing. I don't know, but to me, that is me being in a band,
And that's I mean, I've worked out that niche of having music in my life and being part of music and having it completely surrounding me without being content with the fact that I am not the best am not great at creating music, but I've still found that way to be able to be part of it.
Yeah. I feel that.
So
that's cool.
So I'm content in that fact. I don't think that it's just playing is just something that's relaxing for me more than anything.
Sure. Well, that makes more sense than I don't know. For the past couple of weeks, when I like think about like what we're doing here and about you in general, I'm like, it'd be awesome to see him like in a band or something. But I keep picturing you in like Pelican, and I'm like, freaking.
I wouldn't be in Pelican, but.
Well, it's only because in Las Vegas there was a moment that me and Dante, maybe Tina, were in the room, and I was like, Dante, what kind of band would you be? And if you had to start a band, and he turned on all this instrumental music that I was like,
you don't like instrumental music.
Well, at the time you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I just was like, when is somebody gonna start, making this a song? I'm sorry. That's just how I felt. Whatever. No, I completely get where you're coming from, and I respect that. That's cool. I kind of feel like that way sometimes for me with art, that it's like I can't completely submerge myself into it, only because I don't have time.
Yeah.
I would love to spend...
There's only so much time in a day to be able to create. Period.
Yeah. It can be hard when, you work your fucking 40 hours or whatever. I work multiple jobs. And then by the end of the day, when you've designated 2 hours to do something, it's like, all I want to do is sit and drink this beer.
Yeah. Or those nights that, it's already 2 a.m. and you're sitting in bed and nothing, it's like nonstop thoughts are going through your head of, I can do this, I can do that, I should do this, I should do that.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't stop. And for me, it's all over the place. It's like, oh, I want to take these I want to reach out to this model. Let's take these pictures. Let's do that. I want to, next band that gets in touch with me, we're gonna find a way to make this happen.
Right. Right.
And it just, and I make that happen. I make that work. But at the same time, it's a lot of work.
Everything is a lot of fucking work. I don't know. To me, what's cool about being in a band is you're not like a lone fucking soldier, You
That's
got your
true.
homies with you. It can be a plus and a minus sometimes, because sometimes it's a hindrance to getting things done because I'm hanging out with people that I like, and we'd be like, oh, instead of like doing this thing we said we were gonna do, take this picture of me trying to look like Kirk Hammett with the beard on my tummy, which we did.
Which you did.
Which we did. Because it was awesome.
You will have to send me a copy of that so I can throw it up on here. So.
Please do. Please absolutely do. But it's cool because you're not like a lone fucking soldier. It's like you have a team.
And yeah, I think that is where I struggle with, is having support.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time, like, it's kind of cool being, like, that person. That it's, like, you don't have to rely, like, you don't have to, people don't cancel on you.
Mm-hmm.
The only person you have to worry about getting to the gig or the fucking thing is yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring a guitar and an amp. You got your fucking shit. You're good to go.
Yeah.
And that's fucking rad. Sometimes I wish I could be, like, my own fucking band, just for relying on people in general.
See,
tends to be a struggle.
If I brought up Adam and his package, you probably wouldn't know who I'm talking about. So.
Nope.
No,
I'm sheltered.
Nope. Yep, it's okay. That was a Philly musician that was a solo.
That sounds
awesome.
Really fucking familiar.
Adam and his package.
Though.
He was awesome to see live, and I would go see a Adam and his package reunion show in a fucking heartbeat.
Adam and his package.
Yes, he did the.
Is that like Adam and his wiener?
No. The package was the beat machine. The beat machine.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was a fair question.
He did Punk Rock Academy.
Yeah.
If I went to high school, it would be a Punk Rock Academy. Yeah. Don't worry.
Maybe I haven't heard of it.
Don't
Maybe
even attempt to get me to sing. That is one thing that will never happen in a band.
Sing?
Oh yeah. I mean.
I don't know. I felt like you might have done that Misfits karaoke at that Halloween party.
Yeah, I can hit the Danzig.
Like, but I'll cough at the same time. Like, I can hit that
Doesn't
low.
matter, man. I'm not good at singing. I still do it.
Door, my darling. Yeah, but
Perfect. That was spot on. That was spot on, Dante. Very nice.
lots of experience. But but I couldn't do songs that way. Like, I couldn't sing on stage like that. Like,
Dude, my favorite singers are, like, the ones that, like, don't necessarily have, like, vocal abilities, like, at all. You know, I fucking love D'Antwoord. You know, there's no fucking goddamn singing. It's more about you being you.
I will honestly say that, yeah, there's plenty of bands that I know that people couldn't sing for shit, but
Right.
I can't scream either. So, if I can't scream...
Well, have you tried, Dante?
Yeah, I have. It doesn't go well.
Me too.
I don't have the...
Yeah. Yeah, I have this, How to Scream DVD. It's called The Zen of Screaming. I still don't do it any better, but I haven't been in a space where I haven't, like, freaked anybody out that's, like, in the next room that are like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had, like, my own, like, room to, like, make noise in, things would get weird, but it would be awesome. I think a lot of cool things would come out of it, but not... I don't know. I think people in, like, their fear of getting weird and having that being rejected, I think, is the reason why a lot of cool shit doesn't happen. At least for me. That's why I play guitar, because it's like...
Yeah.
I know I can expect if I hit this here, as long as it's in tune, it's gonna, like, sound good, but being a singer, like, it's a goddamn free-for-all.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like being a photographer on the anonymous aspect of it. Like,
Well,
because people just don't necessarily know.
or maybe...
I'm for me, being on this side of the camera is very uncomfortable. But I'm still doing it. So...
Me too. But, you know, as I become more and more of an adult, I'm not there yet, you know, but, like, I think playing to your strengths is important. Like, I have been playing guitar. I sometimes think I'm good at it, so that's what I do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take your pictures and that's what you feel comfortable doing, and you're fucking amazing, you know?
Working on video.
And video.
As currently learning, teaching myself.
Fuck it, you know? This is, I guess, gonna be our first episode.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna fucking do it. So
Yes.
we fucked that
Yes.
up.
Yes. You know, we should, alright, I'll talk to you about this later. Get footage on tour.
Well, yeah, we're definitely gonna get footage on tour.
Yeah.
This is super easy to bring with me on tour. So, maybe not that, but everything
Whatever.
else.
What fucking ever. We'll talk about that
But
later.
yes, we're gonna have in upcoming episodes, we're gonna have an on tour episode for 100%, maybe 2 episodes on tour.
Who knows? Could
And,
be crazy.
we're gonna start having guests. We're 100% gonna start having guests.
Yeah.
A lot of reached out to a lot of local Philly people that are heavy within the industry, within Philly, and from there we're gonna branch out. So we're gonna keep fucking trucking and keeping this fucking shit going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm into it.
Yeah, and
Cool. Alright, we can wrap it up.
fucking
Fuck yeah.
rock it.
Hell yeah.